Hello friends, welcome back. We today are going to be painting a little bit of fall. I know it's getting a little late in the season, but we still have Thanksgiving, and my favorite thing of all during the fall is a pumpkin. So we are going to be painting this is one of the pillowcases I did. We're going to be painting this on our canvas or on our paper. Okay, so what we're gonna need, we need our water. So make sure you got your water. Don't drink that water. It's really important. We've got some paint. Now, your background color could be any color that you like. So if that's white and blue or greens or any color you wish. Now our pumpkin color, we're gonna need white, yellow, and orange. Brown for the stem, green for the leaves, or you could have blue and yellow, which also makes green. To make purple, that is red and blue. All right, and we have our black. So if your color palette doesn't look just like mine, don't worry about it. You use the colors that you have, okay? All right, let's get going. All right, so this is, I have a very gentle, light little sketch, just so that you guys can kind of see where everything is going to be placed. We're gonna go a little step by step, and you guys can pause whenever you feel like you need a little extra time. So just hit that pause button. I'll give you some pause reminders in between for a little drawing. So here we go. We're gonna first start off. This is going to be our pumpkin right in the center. Now, the pillowcase had a border around the outside. So we could build that border around the outside if you like, or you could just paint the whole entire out of your background one color, okay? So we're gonna start off with our pumpkin. We're gonna take our orange and maybe just a touch of my yellow, okay? Just pop out my brush. And I'm gonna make my first swipe. So this is my first swipe. This is like almost like a deflated football. This is the center of your pumpkin. So we're just gonna go right around. And if you make a mistake, that's okay, because we're gonna be coloring this on in. And then we're gonna make a little round and coming right on out. So we're rounding the bottoms. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're just coming right around. And here we go. One more loop. Around and tuck it in. And around and tuck her in. Okay, so now we have a basic shape of a pumpkin. And if you look really closely, it could almost look like a turkey too, right? If you put a little body in there, you have a little turkey thing going on. Okay, so to fill this on in, I'm gonna grab my yellow with my orange. So I'm just kind of dipping into both. And I'm just gonna go ahead and fill her on in. So if I want it to be brighter, I'm just gonna be using more of my yellow. If you want it to be lighter, you could use a little bit of your white. See how that changes the color? And we can go right over those lines. We want those guys to blend right on in. So if you lose your little line, I'm going to show you how to find that after. Okay, so we're just kind of coloring on in. We're just going to go ahead and give a little color in. Okay, so if you feel like you lost your little lines and you want those lines back, the very handy dandy brown. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe off any, like a lot of excess. You can still have some of your color. We're gonna go in a little bit of your brown. And we're gonna go right on in. And here we go. We're just going right over those lines that we created the first time. And this will give you a very definite little pumpkin. So this is just your brown. And if you're a perfectionist and you like your brown to blend on in. You could go back through. I like to clean off my brush or start with a clean brush and just give it a little gentle little pat. Get really close, give a little gentle little pat. And if you want to add some extra color as this dries, if you want to make it a little bit brighter, I like to give just a tad bit of darkness on your bottom, just like a shadow. So if you were standing in the sun and there's a little shadow going on, it's the very bottom. All right, so we have the fleshy part of the pumpkin. This is, I don't know if you guys like to clean out pumpkins. My daughter was not a fan this year. All right, guys, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go right on in. And remember, at any time that you feel like you need a break, or if you need to catch up, you just go ahead and you stop, you pause, and then you could catch up and then just hit the play button again. So we need to do our stem. So right at the very, very top, we're gonna go ahead and give a little pull. I like to have a stem that's not too cut. I'm just gonna give a little flick up there. Go right on in. I like a nice thick stem because that means a nice healthy pumpkin. You picked a healthy pumpkin. So if you have not cleaned your brush, you could go ahead and clean it. If you would like to have some, little bit of your, I think just a touch of your black, and give it a couple of pulls. You don't have to. The brown definitely does a lot of that. All right, so if you need a break, if you need to catch up, or if you would like to have a little drying time, go ahead and take a little pause. So our next color will be whatever color you would like your background. Now you have to decide, do you want your outline border, or do you want to keep it one color all the way around? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna grab blue and my red if I like my purple. Now that purple is so dark, right? If I put it on, it's really dark. If I grab a little bit of my white and mix it on in, it gives me a lighter purple. Now you could go any color that you wish. And if you get nervous because your paint is still wet and you don't want to drag your paint, just wait until it dries. Or give it just takes a few minutes. The heat is on, right? It was cold out. It's been cold out. It's going to be cold. You're going to have snow come in. Okay, so go right at your own pace. You could have if you're going to do your outside border, so you could have it squiggly. You could have it very straight. This is all up to you. This is your personality. Okay, so it really, I like a little bit of both sometimes, you know? She's going to be a pretty pumpkin. I love pumpkins. Take your time, no rush. The best part about painting, it's what's in your head for your imagination, your favorite colors, and how you like to see something. Right? Art is so much fun like that. So I'm just going to be nice and ginger around my pumpkin. Go right to the bottom. And if you're on the bottom, and you can even kind of swipe through a little bit of that bottom. Gives it kind of like it's sitting on something. Or you could grab a little bit of your brown like it's sitting on something. Now my outside, so if you decide to do this cute little frame, I just did, so if I go in with my black, I'm gonna find a brush that's gonna be nice and and comfortable like that. So I can go right around. I can do my frame. There we go. And then you could go ahead and just make quick little swipes. Now they don't have to be perfect, so that's like the magic of painting, right? Nothing ever needs to be perfect. You have a smaller here, longer there. All right, go over to the other side. So just kind of start right on the corner. And I'm using the full size of my brush. I go ahead and just give a little pull. Once again. Voila, just like that. I love having borders and stuff. It makes it so much fun. So what I can do is I can go back into my pumpkin at any time when it starts to dry, especially if you want to give a little highlight. Okay, I'm just going to give it a little highlight. So I'm going to take a little break and I'm going to let it dry up and then we'll be right back.